Are you ready, kids? No? Well, too bad, fuckers. Another video game review, baby. Yeah, so SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom is a game released on the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube. And while it wasn't the first SpongeBob 3D platformer, it was the first one to be good. This game was a childhood favorite of my cousin, Dalton, who will be in a metalcore band called Doy Lane next year. He's also in one called Canvas Cult. Links to the Facebook pages will be in the description.
He forced me to say this. He has my wife at gunpoint. I can't lose her.
Are you ratting me out?
Oh shit.
Anyways, let's get this over with. Let's start with the hub world, shall we? It's a nice little recreation of Bikini Bottom. You can go inside all the houses, talk to Mr. Krabs to trade in shiny objects for golden spatulas, and talk to Patrick to trade in socks for golden spatulas. The first level. It's a big playground that allows you to get accustomed to your new abilities. Squidward gets stung by a jellyfish, and it's up to SpongeBob to scale the mountain and fight King Jellyfish to get the King Jellyfish jelly to rub all over Squidward's stings. King Jellyfish is our first mini-boss of the game. He produces jellyfish and slams down, causing rings of electricity. Whack him 3 times and the boss is over. Downtown Bikini Bottom. This is actually the first time you can play as Sandy. Last level was the first time for Patrick. Forgot to mention it. Anyways, Sandy can lasso floating Texas signs and swing from them. The whole city has been plunged in chaos because of Plankton's robots. Another Patrick level. Him and SpongeBob have to save kids from floating too high with balloons, cross the lagoon pier, and move the lights in lighthouses. Our first big boss. You fight her in the Poseidon Dome with SpongeBob and Patrick. Phase 1 has SpongeBob ground pound, sending Sandy's head flying into the score box thing and damaging it. Phase 2 has the same box fall out of the ceiling and land by the ring. Patrick has to carry Sandy's head to the box and throw it into the wires. Phase 3 has SpongeBob do that Viking helmet super jump into the head, eventually destroying it. After that, you're in a new part of Bikini Bottom. The Mermaid Layer has SpongeBob and Patrick explore the hideout of their favorite heroes, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. There's this shitty fucking ball puzzle that sucks ass and never want to do it again. And there's also another mini-boss here, Prawn. He's quite simple. Wait until the platforms make a straight yellow line, and the protective shield goes off, then strike him with the bubble bowl. You play as SpongeBob and Sandy, and help Mrs. Puff get paintings back to the museum, as well as walk through the museum itself. There's also a fun little Easter egg where if you go to the vending machine, a bus will fly through. Another SpongeBob and Sandy level. You can slide down these slides of sorts. Now there's even time trials. However, if you fuck up in the time trials, that's it. You have to finish the current slide and retry. It sucks. You fight him in the industrial park as SpongeBob and Sandy. Phase 1 has the robot twirl around like a ballerina, spilling toxic sludge all over the place. Then once he's down, use SpongeBob's bubble bowl to hit him from the distance. Phase 2 has Sandy swing from the Texas signs to let wooden crates fall from the sky. Use them to get close to Patrick, then karate chop him. Phase 3 is the same as Phase 1, but now the area is covered in the goop. Once you destroy him, you unlock the last part of Bikini Bottom. Probably the one level I actually hate. It's so dark and it makes the cave section even more difficult. And it's even darker when playing on a CRT. Thankfully in the remake they did lighten it up, but still, holy shit. It's the second to last level. It's a SpongeBob and Sandy one. You traverse through sunken ships. But there's even a boss of the Flying Dutchman. You lasso him 3 times as Sandy. SpongeBob's dream is unique here. You play as SpongeBob and you go throughout this little continent. You go into Sandy's, Squidward's, Mr. Krabs, and Patrick's dream for more challenges. Sandy's challenge has you slide down a Texas-themed slide as Sandy. Squidward is an obstacle course. Krabs is an enemy gauntlet that sucks ass, especially in the rehydrated version. And Patrick's Dream is the most challenging. Probably the hardest thing I ever have to do in a video game. You talk to Patrick and he gives you a golden spatula. Yep, that's it. The final boss. Play as SpongeBob only. This is the only time it happens. You have to use your bubble rocket at the right time to break the green lights. Break all of them and you move on to the final phase. And you have to break at least 9 fuses and destroy enemies while Robot Plankton tries to stop you. It sucks in the OG though. If you die, you have to do all of phase 2 again. Thankfully in Rehydrated, they put in checkpoints. But still, after you destroy it, SpongeBob vows to destroy all of Plankton's robots, and the game ends. Unless you get every golden spatula, then it ends with every character singing the SpongeBob theme. It slaps. That's all I have to say. Well, the music is phenomenal. Probably one of the best licensed game OSTs, up there with the SpongeBob movie, Cars, DuckTales Remastered, and Transformers Devastation. Every song is a bop. The final boss theme kind of sounds like Duel of the Fates from Star Wars Episode 1. I won't show it here because I don't want to get copyright striked. I already have a warning on the channel because YouTube is dumb and took away the downloads playlist. You will be missed. Anyways, you'll just have to look for it yourself. The OST was made by Jimmy Levine, Robert Crew, and Alex Wilkinson. Huh, that's odd. The last game we covered that wasn't a tie-in to one of my favorite movies or a Sonic game was also Collectathon. New Super Lucky's Tale. Anyways, you collect golden spatulas. Think of it like Mario 64, but actually good. The controls are also pretty solid too. The characters are fun to control. So, Patrick's Dream was supposed to be different. He platformed on ice cream and other sweets. It was cut though. But it didn't make it into the Rehydrated remake as a level for that shitty multiplayer mode. There was supposed to be a Robot Squidward boss fight, but it was also cut. There was a version for the GBA version, and it did get added to the remake, also in the shitty multiplayer. There's a power-up based off the Sundae from that one episode where SpongeBob got swamp-ass breath. It made SpongeBob faster and invincible. And that's SpongeBob Alpha Bikini Bottom. It's one of the best licensed games in my opinion. Subscribe or I'm gonna shred your skin with a paper shredder made from your own bones. Also have a Twitter at Bingus_5, a Tumblr at Bingus the Sussex Piss Goblin, and a Discord server, which will be in the description. Oh, and Dalton, my cousin, has his bands. Doylene and Canvas Call too. Again, he's forcing us to say this. Please help us.
That's it!
No!
Maria!
Well, that's all for me. Now if you excuse me, I need to take my wife to the ER.